Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on a Japanese player here in Tier 39, and we're going to go ahead with the Gullveig team to close out the week. It's been pretty fun so far, so I am definitely going to enjoy this last match here with her. I'm not going to be able to do this in regular seasons, so let's set this up, and we're going to take out this cav line. This isn't a bad cav line, this is actually pretty good. Primarily because of the trap placements. I'm very happy. Like, if you go to the top tiers, you'll actually notice that most people don't use the bolt trap. Most people use the hex trap and the gravity trap because they are just more beneficial overall. Because the bolt trap kind of enables gale force plays, so you want to not allow your opponent to do that. So that's why these two traps, in my opinion, are the superior traps. Hopefully they release another trap type that does something else, and not just continually increasing, which they'll do anyway. Yeah, which they'll continue doing anyway, but it'll be nice to have some variety in trap types. Nothing too crazy. I mean, you don't want it like 10 different trap types. I think maybe like 2 more would be a good place to leave it at, and then probably introduce some different mechanics after that. But I think we could do with probably 2 more trap types. What they do, totally on IS to figure out. Maybe something to stop gale force, maybe something to stop hit and run specifically. How that would work, I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe something that you step on it, like if you step on it, the enemy defense initiates right away, which would actually be pretty crazy. Because that removes the whole pair. Let's say instead of the enemy defense initiating right away, it ends your turn. That could actually be a really nice trap. Basically what it would be is the For Mortis effect. How the hex trap ends the turn of the person that steps on it. Or maybe they introduce that instead of increasing the HP requirements for the hex trap, they would just add that instead. So basically what happened is you step on the hex trap, and then people or your units in a certain range would also get their actions ended as well. I think that would actually be pretty nice, and a good counter to the Disarm Cap 4. I actually like that idea. Maybe they do it. Who knows? But for now, we have a counter for the traps. You just go on it, you get off however you can, and then you keep moving, which is kind of like the big downside of the traps, but at least they're there to give the opponent something to think about. I had to get rid of that trap because I have to initiate on that side. The fortress has completely shut me down on the other side. As much as I would have liked to take out Dual Sanaki, it's just not going to be possible. Although I imagine she would have been a little bit more difficult to take out because of her bulk. Oh, that's the, again, the sabotage. Not much I can do about that because I couldn't do it, but I won't be able to get her out successfully, I don't think. But yeah, not much I can do about the placement of the units because I have limited space here, and Kagero has to go right there so that she can then get the extra movement to get the Claude, so it has to be set up like that. The only thing I could probably do here is waste a dance. I have to take out Claude and Sigurd, and I have to take out Sigurd in 1 hit because I don't want the enemy team to get the extra movement. So Sanaki's a no-go because the dual hindrance is preventing me from using my extra action, which is what I would actually like to do. Alright, so I've given it a little bit of thought. Probably gonna do this. And the reason for this is that I'm gonna initiate with Gullveig instead. I was hoping that Kagero would have been able to take out Sigurd in 1 hit, but I was really wishful thinking because he has a lot of defensive bulk, so this was always gonna be the outcome. And the reason that I'm not going to attack him with Kagero is because I don't want the enemy units to get the extra space of movement. That combined with Nott's Pathfinder is going to be just too much space for me to deal with, so too much threat range for me to deal with. So it's best to initiate with Gullveig here because she's going to get an extra action. Now, the only problem is I have no idea how I'm going to get her out. I'm pretty much making this up as I go along because I'm not certain that I'm going to be able to use the dance here because I don't have enough space to dance and reposition. So it's really quite the conundrum here in terms of how I'm going to be able to pull this off. But from what I can see here, it should pretty much fall into place once I start moving. So we're going to go with the first step here, which is to take out Claude, who has the least threat range, or well, it's really just because of his movement. Maybe if they had a different unit there, I'd have to play this differently, because certainly I'd have to end turn with, I wouldn't be able to end turn with, what's her face, Duo Dagger from there. This is very good, the fact that Gullveig takes her Sigurd in one hit, because it means that they don't get the extra movement. So that's exactly what I wanted. I was pretty much gambling on that because his res is so low. But also still, I don't know what to do from here, because I still have to take into consideration the fact that the enemy team is going to be taking extra actions. I have to take out the Sigurd, and then I also have to be able to get Gullveig out. And that is either going to require a reposition or a dance. And I'm not sure how that is going to work. So this is pretty much it. She's out of actions. So far, I've been finding that I'm only able to use 2 actions per turn, which kind of makes it not the best in terms of like her overall usability. It's not like, I think it's pretty much down to the fact that either I'm killing the things that I'm initiating against, or I'm just not able to activate both actions is ultimately what it boils down to. In a lot of the combats that I use Gullveig for.
Leave it to us.
But the plan was to either dance or reposition, and I think this is going to be the best play because of where, because Freyr has the most range here, especially with Not. He'll get 1 extra movement, which will hit exactly where Gullveig is. So the plan is to break this structure here and then dance from there to move Gullveig out of the danger area. So Freyr is the one that we're avoiding here, and with Sanaki's Kanto, which actually works out perfectly here, I'm able to do exactly what I wanted to do. So we're going to go ahead and dance Gullveig out and just move her all the way back, or to whichever position is most favorable for me. I'm probably going to put her in the corner over there, and that will be that. And then the enemy turn will take place. We'll see what they do. Let's see what happens here. That is interesting. Well, I thought Freyr would have moved first, but Sanaki moved first, which is interesting there. But yeah, we're pretty much done here. Just gonna clean up. This is the last match, so I don't have to worry about getting the pots. So I just gotta figure out who to take off the map, 1 action at a time.
State your wishes.
Oh, also, I forgot. I'm actually not gonna be doing defense replays for Chaos Season anymore, because
undoubtedly
it's kind of pointless. I think what I'll do, instead of like showing off, like doing it the entire defense replay like I normally do it, what I'll do is I'll add on the defense replay to the last match that I played for the season, which kind of means that one of the defense replays might not be included, because typically I get 9 to 10 replays in Chaos Season, maybe even 11 depending on how things pan out. But really, it kind of doesn't matter, because you'll get the gist of it. And usually by the time you get to tier 39, you're only playing against the best people in the game, and they're probably going to beat your defense. They're probably going to have something that's going to be able to beat your defense. So by the time you get to tier 39, you're pretty much losing consistently at that point. So it's not really worth it, in my opinion, to do the showcase for Chaos Season specifically, alongside the fact that it's only feasible in Chaos Season, in that specific Chaos Season, depending on who the bonus units are.
Like the wind.
So it's like not, I don't think it's not a
Softly
guaranteed in
now.
terms of showing you this is something that you can
State
replicate,
your
because it
wishes.
probably won't work. Is basically what my final thoughts are on the entire thing. So what I'm gonna do
Shall
is,
we
as I said,
proceed?
add it on to this video. So this is gonna be a bit longer because I'm gonna add on all of the defense replays for Chaos Season onto this and just talk it over. I'm probably not gonna go through all of them because some of them are kind of like not worth the conversation,
I'm here
because
for you.
just nothing happened really, and then the rest are worth. Some of them are just not even worth reviewing because, as I said, Chaos Season is just kind of pointless. But yeah, that's gonna happen later on. So if you want to see that, stick around. And what else? I don't know. I think that's it. I just gotta figure out how to take out these last two units. I have to get a. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to get a kill with Tsunaki here because she's the what is she? The
A new
bonus unit.
future, then.
So I gotta take out either Formortis
To where?
or enemy Tsunaki with my Tsunaki.
Aha!
And if I do this, that leaves Formortis, and I think Tsunaki should be able to do that with the
Shall
amount
we
of debuffs.
proceed?
And also, if she can't, it's probably for the best that I move out of the way. So this will
Softly
be
now.
the better play. I'm gonna move Kagero to attack from
Leave
below.
it to us. I have foreseen victory.
And then I'm just gonna move Gullveig back since she's not able to get the kill here. I think
State your
overall,
wishes.
I think she's gonna be missing a lot of kills. I did see a couple of Gullveigs that were a bit more
Shall we
invested than mine
proceed?
in terms of the speed department. But I think overall, she's probably gonna be missing a couple of kills, which means that she's either gonna be getting
Give it your
outsped
all.
and dying, or she's just not gonna have enough HP and then she'll die. So I don't know, man. You're probably gonna need some good support for her when Anima Astra comes around. But GG's. I'm gonna switch to the defense replays right after this. All right, hello. So we're gonna be doing the defense replays as I said earlier. So yeah, let me just scroll through real quick. We got 9 results here. Typically, we get like I get like 10 to 11 each season, which is normal for the vault. Once you're in the vault, you usually get that amount. When you're outside of the vault, I think you usually get like 8 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna start off with this one. This was the first match that I rematched. He had the Soren team, if you remember, or if you saw it. And this is pretty much the one that I wanted to get just to see how the defense performed. So what's going to happen here is that he actually does a really nice play here, in the fact that this Lucia is actually quite good against the defense because a lot of it is based off specials. And ultimately, I realized the problem here with Edelgard is that she was really offering nothing here, and I didn't need an extra frontline unit, at least for this season. But so he got the Peony here, who gives so many stats. He has Tsunaki here for the debuffs. You saw the Lucia already. Rouse, no panic. And then this Schism here, which is one of the things that I actually ended up creating a counter for, because, well, it's kind of like a half counter because it only works 50% of the time. And then this really nice Valoria. I mean, what else are you going to do? Because that B skill, it really, I think it's kind of probably made for her units like this, because there really isn't like a lot of unit types, beast unit types, that actually benefit from this. So I don't know, maybe this next book is going to be all about beast units and they're going to be releasing a lot more beast units because yeah, the skill is kind of pointless. I don't know. But anyways, let me show you the team. This is what it was to start with. Marth is bonus, dual Marth save, very good unit. Medius here is a staple. If I could run him without losing lift in Astra Anima, I would. And then Edelgard here, I just had her there because she was bonus, and I figured why not have a strong frontline unit, but in terms of combat, she's not offering anything really. And then we have Cordelia here, who, for this specific setup, the dual strike is better than the triangle attack. And then we have Nino here, who is the star of the show. I went back in and got a +1 on her. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the extra fodder yet. I was hoping to give it to Joshua, but Joshua needs so much more. At least mine does. But I still want to give him the Echo skill. But here we go. So that basically neutralized my entire strategy there, because without the extra hits, there's no way for me to take out this Lucia. Ouch. So yeah, basically the entire team gets swept in one turn here, except Mirabilis. Lucy is good. Good unit. Ooh. And that's that. He gets the pots from here and takes out Mirabilis whenever he feels like. So let's go to the next one here. So that was just the tester, because I typically have no one to test them against. So I typically just do the first one just to see what the outcome is in terms of whether I'm missing something or not. And then this one is the changes that I ended up making after that match. So I swapped out Edelgard for Fallen Maria here because of the odd or even recovery. I went with odd recovery so that in the event that I get schismed, I can still, at least on turn 1, be able to get the benefits of the dual strike. Now, it's not like, as I said, it's 50-50, so it's not the best solution, but at least it's something. I mean, otherwise, I'd have to scrap this entire defense and build something else. I was trying to go for something a little bit more melee focused, but so hard. I was trying to get like Harkin in there and Brave Robin, as well as just units that could pierce damage reduction, melee units that could pierce damage reduction, but it's really hard to like build around them. Or yeah, it's really hard to build a defense around them because they're melee calves. I have to stick them in the corner and then hope that it's really hard. I had a defense that was based off melee calves before Summer Edelgard became a thing, and then after she became a thing, I completely had to scrap it because it was just like not gonna work anymore. Also, they don't chase very well. The melee cav or the melee defenses, they don't chase very well because they have less range than range units, obviously. So I kind of just ultimately switched completely over to range units, mostly on defense. So Seliph here is going to die because this defense is made specifically to kill Seliph. Now there is a setup where Seliph can live. It's really just based on how much you're able to heal him. But this Seliph doesn't have that much support, and also he doesn't have 60. He doesn't have enough HP. He is bonus, so I was expecting to see him quite a lot. So let's see how this pans out for them. The combination between Veil and Seliph is just utterly broken, man. It's so strong. I'm really glad that it's not gonna be next season. Next season is Earth season, but it's light and dark, so we don't have to worry about Veil. But the combination is really strong.
No more doubts. Still not enough.
Nino is really good. I'm just gonna throw that out there. And the other thing that Fallen Maria does is that she allows Medius to have his weapon fully activated. So he gets the full 60% damage reduction, which is nice. Unfortunately, I can't position it so that he also gets the healing, the miracle effect, because typically whenever anyone initiates, they initiate on Medius. But it's just to be expected. That is very unfortunate. Anyone else could have initiated there.
Elise! I'm here, Marth. Press on! No regrets! Oh, their dreams.
And that's how you beat Seliph. You just gotta get him low enough to not be able to get the full benefits of his weapon. Which is typically like you need like some type of damage reduction on piercing hit on the first hit, and then whoever comes in after that can usually get it afterwards. But yeah.
Oh, exquisite pain.
That's the full match there. They didn't even get both bots, but I mean, it's Chaos Season, so I guess it really doesn't matter. And then we have this one here. Now this was actually pretty funny, because ultimately what it boils down to, well, I'll just let it play out so that you can see how funny it is. Yeah, they're gonna take their time to set up here. I think they break one more structure, if I'm not mistaken. Oh. Yep. And they just leave her there. And again, Mira going first is the most annoying thing.
I detest swimming.
And that's the funny part about it. The fact that she kills Edelgard is crazy. But she is a bonus unit this week, so I guess maybe that has something to do with it. But pretty much anyone else could have went first there, and Mira could have then danced, and then I would have gotten probably more kills. But the AI is weird, man.
Can't stand in my way.
Plus 48 attack. That is crazy. And then perfect formation. You love to see it. And they're out of here. And let's see. The rest of these are just... let me show you at least what the team setup is. They kill a bunch of units, but ultimately what ends up happening is that they can't take out dual Marth, and Edelgard will die to Cordelia. So I end up with Marth and Cordelia gatekeeping. And since they can't kill Marth, none of their range units matter. So yeah, I was saying that
I wish you luck.
Seliph plus Veil, because the way that you beat Seliph is that you pierce his damage reduction on the first hit. Hopefully if you get a second hit, you're able to take him out. But if you can't, then the unit that follows up should be able to take him out because he's outside of his weapon's HP condition. So usually you're going to be able to take him out in one hit. But Veil prevents you from being able to get that first hit DR special off because she has that style effect. So that's why it's such a strong combination. Which means that you have to take 2 hits from Seliph and not die, and there aren't a lot of units in the game that can do that.
I wish you luck. Ha!
I'll study
Poor
your
Nino.
technique.
And that's pretty much it for him. He ran out of actions with Edelgard there, and just couldn't kill anyone else. Cordelia would have killed, and Marth would have been able to kill as well, but because Cordelia was doing more damage, she would have attacked first, I believe. Or maybe Marth would have attacked first because he's ranged. No, she was covered by Far Save, so Cordelia would have attacked and killed. And this one, I believe they took out Medius, but they had to surrender. It took a while to set up. Oh man. Yeah, they took a. This is why I always bring Medius, regardless. There's a lot of ways to counter him because he can still false start in Chaos Season, and I mean you can just take him out in turn 1 and then get the bolts. Well, I guess if you take him out in turn 1, blah blah blah. False start is the best way to get past Medius in Chaos Season. So now the problem here is no one can actually attack because there are a lot of range units here, so they're forced to initiate on Medius. Unfortunately, as I said, I couldn't set it up so that Fallen Maria was, because basically they just go ahead and initiate on her, so I had to put her in the corner where she was safe. But they take out Medius here, unfortunately. Gale Force. So because his Gale Force was pre-charged, even though I have the Warding Stance, which has guard, it didn't matter. It's either Warding Stance or Scowl, and I feel like for my purposes specifically, the Warding Stance works out better. That's just how I play, I guess. Maybe if I tried it, I'd probably try to do something else, but that's just how I feel. Now the problem here is, even if he warps in with any of these units, none of them can take out Marth. No Hardy Bearing, and they all die. So yeah, GG's. And then this here. What happened here? I don't remember what happened on this one actually. Hardy Bearing. None of these range units are going to be able to take out Marth, so it's going to be down to the melees. And it's really well. My Marth is actually very invested. The only thing that I don't have on him is a lot of merges. It's only +1, but I have like max Dragon Flowers and everything, so very good investment. I think I got it from the what's that event called? It's not the Binding Worlds or something like that. Whatever it's called. That's where I got him from. Because there's no way I would have been able to give him the 25 Dragon Flowers. It was just too much. And obviously that's not far enough to get away. Sometimes I wish that they would initiate before she rallies, but the rally trap, that's just how it works, I guess, because it would have given me an extra action if, because as you can see, there's spaces that Cordelia could have warped to, but I don't know. It is what it is.
Elise, I'm here, Marth.
Is this how it ends?
You can only do so much in Chaos Season. There's only so much that you can plan for, and there's only so many ways that you can set up the defense. She's able to quad here because the infantry school, so she's getting debuffs. -7. And I believe they quit after that. Yep. And that's that. GG's. Now these are all the losses, and pretty much all of these are once I've got to tier 39, which is what I was saying, that pretty much once you get to tier 39, most of the people there are going to be able to beat your defense. Now, this one, nothing I can do about this. The only way to beat Marth is to have Hardy Bearing or to be able to live the first hit, and none of these units are going to be able to live the first hit. I'm very surprised that, if anyone knows why, this Maria here, the units, Edelgard +10, Maria for some reason doesn't go first, which is actually what I would have liked to have happened. She wouldn't have doubled, but like right here, she could have attacked, but now she can't because Cordelia moved for whatever reason. She typically doesn't move back there to rally. She usually rallies from right beside Midius, so that was a really weird interaction. And now she's not able to, Fallen Maria is not able to warp in, but she could have. She just chose not to. She doesn't double Marth. See, as I said, because it's not a speed-based vantage, it's based on the buffs of the units around him. So even though I outspeed, he's just that good of a unit. Nothing you can really do here without Hardy Bearing. The only one that could have won that matchup for me is Fallen Maria. She wouldn't have doubled, but she would have done damage, and then the entire team wouldn't have fallen apart around her. So she would have been here, and then maybe Cordelia would have been able to, I don't know, because then he'd be debuffed. So as well as the panic, does this spread? Yeah, within 2 spaces. So it should have disengaged his weapon because there wouldn't have been, well, panic neutralization. Well, I think it would have neutralized his weapon because there wouldn't have been enough allies within 2 spaces for him to be able to vantage. So maybe Cordelia would have been able to get the kill if she had attacked. But then Cordelia moved to here, so I don't know, man. The rally system is weird, but yeah. GG's there. This was a rematch that I took and I didn't bother to show it because I'm like, yeah, not gonna show that. I played horribly. And then these came in today. And as I was saying, this combination is like so strong. So strong. The HP seal is typically what I go for as well. It's either this or Hardy Bearing, depending on what matchup you're trying to win. But the HP seal, he just gets extra bulk, and the extra bulk is useful. Now the problem here is that 7, 7, 14 plus 8, so that's a lot of healing that he's getting there. That's like what, 22 if I'm not mistaken. So even though I'm able to bring him down to very low, he just heals all the way back up, and I'm not able to take him out because of that. Tempo.
I'm not alone.
Press on, no regrets.
So the solution, as I said, was to have a pre-charge special, but Chaos Season I really can't do that because I need Fallen Maria to have the just too much HP, as you can see here. And he's getting extra defensive bulk from the support units that are nearby. I need Full Maria to have what's the C skill that he had? What was it? Even recovery, odd recovery.
Do not defy
If I didn't have the odd recovery, I would have ran infantry pulse so that I could have had the special pre-charge. But in this matchup, again, because Veil is there, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So that's why I went with the even recovery, because Veil bonus, it's just not going to work out in my favor. And from here, pretty much the sweeps. Not much for him to worry about. Melee units, he has all the time in the world to get the pots and back out. Well played. And this was the last one. This was... None of these units are able to kill Marth. Even though she has the Hardy Bearing, Marth kills. She isn't fast enough to outspeed him. So he hits twice, takes her out. And this is without having... I do have the attack speed far save. I just didn't want to invest into it yet. I'm hoping that I can get it from the events. Hopefully I can pick up another copy of him. What's the name of that event? It's not Binding Worlds. Binding Worlds, no. I don't remember, but whatever event it is, I'm hoping that I can get attack speed far save. I don't want to waste the fodder. None of these units, as I said, are able to outspeed him. Without the Colorless Feud, she can't outspeed him. No Hardy Bearing, so she can't take him out. So they eventually go in with Ira on Medius, because once you kill Medius, Kanta control is gone, and it's easier for you to back out. Ultimately, what happened here is that the movement of the enemy team was not of my defense. Was not in my favor, because they were pretty close, but the AI was just dumb. Not much you can do about that. Medius again paying dividends. Like, whenever they release a unit that can do what Medius does with the On Guard, oh man, I don't know. I don't really care if the unit's good or not. Take out the Kenta control.
You have it.
Man, if I was able to add just one more unit, they wouldn't be able to do this. And this isn't far enough away, but the Nino didn't move first because I have positional assist equipped, unfortunately. And as you can see, it's pretty easy for them to clean up from here. And yeah, GG's. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably got 2 more results, but you guys won't see them. Pretty much, I have already fixed a couple of those problems for Dark Season, because I am running a similar setup for Dark Season. The defense is already built. I'm so excited, but if you stick around this long, you get to see a preview. But GG's. See you in Light Dark Season.